Do you have this strange and beautiful plant growing on your property? Have you ever wondered, what is it and does it have any use? Well, in a previous video, I pointed out the many uses of this strange plant called mullein. You can see that video here. But specifically in this video, I'm going to talk about how to harvest, prepare, and make mullein tea. Now, mullein tea has long been used to treat breathing ailments, problems like bronchitis and asthma. It has anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antioxidant properties. It's got a great expectorant quality to it, which means it will remove mucus from your lungs and clear up your lungs. But it hasn't just been used for breathing problems. It's also been used for digestion problems, and this is probably related to the anti-inflammatory qualities of this great plant. Okay, so let's start harvesting. There's no wrong way to do this, but the leaves are all completely useful. Now you notice somebody chewed on this one. No big deal. Now, as I mentioned, most parts of this plant are useful, except for the seeds, but the root, the leaves, and the flowers are great for making tea. Now, as you can see, there isn't any real wrong way of harvesting the plant. But I do have one rule when I'm harvesting mullein, and that is I only harvest second-year plants. Because it's a biennial, the first year it just looks kind of like this. It's a very low little plant, similar to lamb's ear. And so what I like to do is focus on the second-year plant. That way, I'm ensuring that I have plants for future use. It's usually a good idea to rinse the leaves off. After I've rinsed and poured off the excess water, it's time to put them in the dryer. Now, for me, I use a manual dryer that I made out of some pallet wood and some odds and ends. There's another video about it you can see in the description. Before putting it in the dryer, I should make one quick note, and that is there's no harm in using the leaf green. It's great to use it as a way of making tea green. There's some evidence that there might be a slight benefit, especially on the antioxidant side, of using the leaves fresh and green. But obviously that's not going to help you in the middle of the winter when you want to have some mullein tea. So let's go ahead and lay these out in the dryer. If you want to use a traditional mechanical dehydrator, normally what I do is set it to about a medium temperature and run it for 6 or 7 hours. If you don't have a manual or mechanical dehydrator, you can use your oven. Simply set it to its lowest temperature setting and put it in for about 3 hours. Once dry, the leaves are brittle and kind of a gray-green in color. Now, when it comes to steeping, there is one thing that you need to keep in mind. You know, that classic texture of the mullein leaf, that fuzzy feeling, well, there's lots of little hair-like structures on the leaves. And so when you're making the tea, you need to filter it somehow so that you don't get those little hair-like follicles in your tea, because they'll irritate your throat. And so you probably need to use something like a French press, or my favorite, drawstring tea bags. And these are also really good to use with the flowers. When it comes to the actual storage of mullein tea, we like to use mason jars, and we'll cram them full of dried leaves. That's one great way. You can also use a Ziploc and keep the Ziploc in the freezer. You could also tie up leaves and hang them in areas that you have a good air movement, and then you have leaves ready for whenever you need them. So there you go. That's how you harvest, prepare, and make mullein tea. Do you have any questions? Did I miss something? Do you have any tips? I'd love to hear all of that in the comments section below. Please do all of that YouTube stuff. It really does make a big difference. But above all, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. And if you did like this video, you might like these.